You know, there is valuable medical, legal, and insurance information available to help us all with the challenges of elder care as our parents and loved ones age. And our next guest can point us in the right direction. Welcome Jamie Spooner from iCareVillage.com. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us about iCareVillage. What services do you offer there?
Well, iCareVillage is the newest healthcare and aging website helping adult children take care of their aging parents and spouses. There's actually 43 million unpaid family caregivers in the United States.
Wow.
So it's huge.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a growing market because what you have is in less than 10 years, there'll be more people over the age of 65 than there are under the age of 5.
Wow.
And most of those people will be over 85. So it will literally take a village to take care of these people.
That's true. Yeah, it seems that way.
So iCareVillage has started from personal experience and professional experience. I was a long-distance caregiver for my father in Connecticut, and I live here in California. And about a year and a half ago, I got the phone call from my mother that my father hadn't gotten out of bed in a week. So I called his doctor and asked him for his medical information, and the doctor said, we can't give that to you without having an authorization form signed by your father. So my father signed the form. I talked to the doctor. I got all the medical information sent to me and found out that he really wasn't doing that well at all. In fact, I had no idea how poor in health he was. And so he went from a hospital, a clinic to a hospital to a skilled nursing facility to home care.
Yeah.
And so there's a process that happens when you're dealing with caregiving. And whether you're 3,000 miles away or whether you're 3 miles away, the process is the same. It's just a little bit harder.
The red tape and then the emotional aspect as well has got to be the same no matter where you are.
Yeah.
That's right. There were a few aha moments. One of them was him being in a hospital and having the discharge nurse call me and say, he's leaving the hospital tomorrow. Where is he going to go?
Yeah.
So that was a moment where I thought, oh, well, I have no idea. And so you have a very short period of time to get this information. My mother and I talked, we found a place, and then the next question is, if he actually passes on, is that a place he wants to pass on?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's an emotional trauma there too.
So let's talk about some of the things then that we need to consider that iCareVillage, for example, can point us to so we're prepared to deal with these situations with our aging loved ones. One is, you said, know the important forms that you need to be informed about, the documents.
Well, and that's a big part of it too. First of all, you need to know your parents' health. What is the health situation? Make sure that the HIPAA Act, which was started in 1996, requires that all of our medical information is private.
Right.
So what you have to do is you have to get an authorization release form from your parents to allow you to get access to that information. So you get that information, and then that's one piece of it. Also understanding what is their medical insurance. So do they have Medicare? And if they have, they probably have Medicare. Is it A, B, C, D? Do they have supplemental insurance as well? There's also long-term care insurance, which is a bigger issue now because, for example, in 1900, people lived to be, on average, about 47 years old.
Yeah.
And they died at home. They died from trauma, infection, or childbirth. Today, people are living a lot longer, and they're living to be in their 70s. And so 3/4 of the people who pass on die in a hospital.
Right.
At what point in your life or in your parents' life would you say you need to be concerned about things like wills and trusts and powers of attorney and things of that
That's a
nature?
tough conversation to have with your folks.
It is a
Yes.
tough conversation, and it's important to have that now when they're healthier. If they are healthier, it's a little bit harder when you're dealing with them in ill health.
Right.
So when you're dealing with a parent who's healthy, I would encourage people who are in their 50s especially to talk to their parents and ask them, do you have a will? Do you have a living trust? Do you have a durable power of attorney? Another aha moment I had was in the care facility. The first day my father was in the skilled nursing rehabilitation center, he had a bad time. He was disoriented from the hospital move. And the nurse closed the door, and she turned to my mother and I, and she said, who has the durable power of attorney? And my mother and I looked at each other blankly because we did not have one.
Right.
That's not a situation you ever want to find yourself
That's
in,
true.
I'm sure.
It's so true.
So in that situation, you have to act fast. So I would say prepare ahead. Make sure that you have you understand what their health situation is, have the right authorization signed so that you get access to that information in case of a crisis.
Right.
Understand what they have for medical insurance. Make sure that they have some kind of will. Elder care attorneys are great, and they specialize in certain areas.
There's a long list of important tips and bits of advice for elder care on our website and on the iCareVillage website, so check it out. And Jamie, thank you so much.
Sure.